Well, hello everybody in YouTube. It's your Craftsman here. I haven't done a video in a while, but here's something cool. Got a hold of some of my grandfather's tools. They're no longer with us, and something my dad had and he gave me, and I'm not sure if he didn't realize these were in here or not, but here's a little history lesson. It's one of those sleepless nights, can't really do a whole lot, but a little bit of a history lesson, and when I found out about these, because this is pretty cool. A little bit rare. I mean, some of this stuff, I guess you could say, should be in a museum. Not quite that old, but we'll start off with the oldest one that I suspect is the oldest one. And it may not be. This little rascal right here. And that's, I believe it's pronounced plumb. P-L-O-M-B. And the history of it is that they were made between 1909 and I believe 1948 or 49. They also merged with another company called Pro 2. I think is how you say it. These fellas here. So this was probably 1958. Really cool stuff, really cool stuff. But I think this is the oldest, but probably not, because with the date codes, it would put this in the same age as this. And I think I looked it up and it was around 48, I think. So, really, really, really cool. At least 1948. And yeah, man, we used to make a lot of stuff in the USA. Every one of these says made in the USA. Every one of them. Here's another really old socket. Probably came with the ratchet, just like this. They were separated. They were separated. There you go. But I don't know, for some reason I had a feeling that these two belong together. Okay, we're moving on. This crescent wrench. I have not been able to date it based on the lettering. There's also no patent number. But then again, see, made in the USA. So, this could be quite old, but probably same age as these. This is a little bit older. Same thing. Plomb. Well, I don't know if the camera picks that up or not, but we got coyotes out here late tonight. And by the stamp, I think this one is 1944. This one, I believe, is the same as this. These two were probably in a set. But however, for some reason, it's worn off. So that covers these. I mean, this is pretty old. This is even older than yet those. This is in the 1890s. 100-year-old pipe wrench right here. I can't be specific on the date because I'm not really sure, but for looking for pictures of this style, you're looking at about 1889, 1890, something like that. These pliers, I don't know. They're channel lock. I haven't looked them up. They could be just your common plier, but they look fairly old. And why I say that is because you can tell in the 50s, these are in the 50s here, because they started plating their tools. Drop forged or whatever they're called. So that's how you can tell that these are old in roughly the same time period. But these are as equally as old. I mean, William, I think, was in 1958. This one here was another one, 1950 something, 58. Same thing with this one. I think we covered that one, the Proto, when they got bought out, when they merged with Plum. Just really, really neat. So these for sure, let me see, this is 2015, so you're looking at 44 here. I would put it at, man, I don't even know. Same thing with these. These were World War II, 1948. So, yep. So maybe 1948 they started plating it. But nevertheless, 71. So give or take, these are, you know, not quite 71, but 70-ish. And like these pliers, this channel lock, these right here very well could be 100 years old. Just these two. But I'm glad I went through it, because I'm sitting here thinking, well, this is just some, you know, like a no off-brand, but no. This was top of the line, I guess, in, see, what made me think it was really old was the 12. See, it says manufactured date, MFD, 12/16, but, this is just some really, really neat stuff. This is the old Craftsman toolbox. And there's, you know, probably some other ones in here that are just as equally as old. I just haven't had time to look them up yet. Even these sockets are Proto or Pro 2. You know, so I haven't, you know, had a chance to look up some of these, any of these, but I'm sure there's probably a couple sockets in there too that is quite old. Even this itself might be old, but you know, if it doesn't have markings on it. Ooh, snapping. I might be able to look up and see how old that is just by the writing. But, you know, really cool. I'm glad that I had a chance to look at the history of it all. Plus, I got to learn a little bit about my grandfather, a little bit more about my grandfather, and a little bit more about my great-grandfather. This stuff really isn't valuable. Not as the sense that if anybody thought, you know, well, cash in Craftsman, you know, no. I think on eBay these were like $20, $28. Wrenches, same thing, like $9. You know, some of the older ones are a little more desirable, but you can get whole sets. So, and this isn't even a set, this is just, you know, miscellaneous. So, even a €100 pipe wrench you would thought would, you know, bring big bucks, but in reality it doesn't bring in that much money. So, it's really cool, man. This is the toolbox that most of it was in. That was my great-grandfather Lewis Moore, probably. And my grandfather Moore. Yeah, old Craftsman, big old toolbox. Thing's a boat anchor, yo. But, you know. I'm just ecstatic, man. I don't know what to say. I hope I documented all this. Because, you know, I want to share this with the world, man. I want to share this with people. I don't know, I gotta come up with a good name so a lot of people will view it. This is that 100-year-old pipe wrench again. I think this says Tremont Manufacturing Company, Roxbury, Massachusetts. If you guys want to look that up. Man, that is old. That is old, y'all. So, there we go. My time limit's up, so appreciate the day in the history of the Craftsman.